Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next edition of the Losers Lounge podcast. It is in October now, folks. Happy spooky season. Halloween decorations are out. The leaves are falling. But in a lot of places, it doesn't even feel like it's the fall. Still feels like the summer. From up here in Toronto, still feels like the summer. However, the cold weathers are coming in next week. And, well, the leaves have already started to fall. And I'm enjoying it. I love the beauty. I love the orange, the yellow, you know what I mean. Anyways, introducing my bro, two-time Losers Lounge member of the Year and Optimistic Hall of Famer, the he-list of ballers.
Wait. I'm your bro. Then what does that make Josh?
My brother.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? The Heel List of Ballers is back in his own state, mind you. And it feels great to be back on the podcast, and I'm just chilling after a test that just happened in the States like 5 minutes ago. Scared the living hell out of me.
That sort of thing.
That's legit how it sounded too on my iPhone. Scared the daylights out of me.
Yeah, thank God I'm up here in Canada where we did not have an emergency broadcast. At the time of recording, folks, it's Wednesday, October 4th, so I'm pretty sure if you're in the United States, you received that alert on your phone. Just for one moment, everywhere in the United States was blasted.
Yeah,
I guarantee if there was somebody living up in the mountains away from civilization, did not have a phone, they could still hear that noise because of the millions of phones that just went off.
Dude, for real.
And he probably was like, what the hell is that?
It probably hit from space, for all we know.
Yeah. Yeah, the aliens are coming, folks.
Oh well, might as well.
Or Grand Admiral Thrawn has returned.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, we're here to talk WWE Fastlane, which is taking place this Saturday, October 7th, at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. This is the first time Indianapolis is hosting a pay-per-view since Clash of Champions in 2016. And, well, this is the first time that Fastlane has ever not been on the road to WrestleMania. Huh. If you look over the history of the years, it was always been cemented with the road to WrestleMania, hence the term Fastlane. So people have wondered, why are we hosting a Fastlane in October? Well, the answer to that is pretty simple. We're in Indianapolis, and that place is known for the Indianapolis 500. It's basically the Fastlane city of America.
Sir.
So, makes all the sense in the world. And as we know, Fastlane from 2015 to 2019, when it was doing consecutive events, for a majority of the time, the shows were not that good, because it really just felt like a filler heading into WrestleMania, except for the fact of 2019, which actually was amazing. 2020 did not host a Fastlane because it was replaced by the Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia, and then 2021, Fastlane took place literally 3 weeks before WrestleMania 37. And that was a moment when it really did feel like another filler event. Hence, it wasn't that good. But now, we're in October. We're not on the road to WrestleMania. We're not even on the road to Survivor Series at this point. And now we have a Fastlane. We have 5 matches to discuss here. But I will ask first, Willie, what was your thoughts when you first heard of Fastlane coming back, but it's going to be in October?
My first thing was like, why are you bringing the show back? That was my first thing. Second thing was like, well, I guess they had nothing else better to do. That's pretty much my thoughts on it. I'm not a big fan of the Fastlane pay-per-view. It's just there for me. So
yeah, this of course, folks, replaces the Extreme Rules event, which has now been put to rest.
Rest in peace.
However, I'll be perfectly honest, after last year's Extreme Rules, where every match had a stipulation, I'm like, honestly, if you just brought it back again and then had the same thing happen for this, we would totally be fine with it. Yeah. I guarantee we would have always been cool with Extreme Rules if it just followed the same route every single year, which was every match features a different stipulation.
Yeah.
And of course, 2021, where there was just the one stipulation at the end.
Yes, sir.
But as you know, we did this because, WWE did this. Why did I say we did this? So we're not even in the WWE. What are we talking about? Anyway, the WWE did this to get rid of gimmick-themed pay-per-views like the Hell in a Cell, the TLC, the Extreme Rules. And now, since Fastlane technically was not a themed pay-per-view, I mean, unless, of course, everybody's going to start racing, then I can understand why they brought it back, because, I mean, they're probably not bringing back the old school names like the No... I mean, they did bring back No Mercy, but it was from NXT, which we talked about last week. They didn't bring in Unforgiven, Armageddon, that sort of thing. And
Cyber Sunday, please.
Yeah, honestly, now that I think more about it, Cyber Sunday would be more appropriate given today's day and age.
Or Cyber Saturday, or whatever they want to call it now.
Yeah. Regardless, it just goes to show that, less themed events and more regular pay-per-view names or something like that. Because they brought back Payback, they brought back Fastlane. I'm guessing they also brought back Battleground for NXT. But as you can notice, they have been bringing in some new names and putting in some old ones back in. NXT, on the other hand, like I mentioned, has Deadline returning in December.
Yep.
Just makes me wonder, though, do you think could possibly bring back Judgment Day?
They're already here, though. I'm kidding.
Yeah, now that I think more about it, I don't think it would make sense to bring back the pay-per-view called Judgment Day when there's an actual group called the Judgment Day.
Unless the stable themselves is like, oh, we want a pay-per-view named after us, and they'll be like, the story going into it is like they have their own theme pay-per-view.
Honestly, now that I think more about it, I don't mind that, because D-Generation X had their own In Your House event.
The Rock, too.
Yeah.
Rock Bottom.
And The Undertaker did, too. Revenge of the Taker.
Ooh.
That was a good time. Speaking of, folks, I've been working on, when it comes to the Sins videos, first off, I want to say apologies for not being more consistent. Some interesting things have been going on in my life. Not depressing things, but interesting things. That's all I'm going to put on it. And I've been trying to work more on not just more pay-per-view Sins, but also, as I promised, the WWE Studio Sins, which I intend on releasing this month. It's been a while since I've done a WWE film Sins. 2019 with Fighting With My Family.
Good movie.
It was a good movie. But of course, when it comes to bringing back these pay-per-views like the Fastlane, I can understand why it can be frustrating, because Fastlane wasn't exactly a successful event in terms of reception from the fan base.
Yeah.
Like in 2015, a lot of it was okay, but a lot of it felt filler, with the exception, of course, of John Cena facing Rusev and Roman Reigns facing Daniel Bryan. But do we remember the rest of it? No. 2016. The only thing I remember of 2016, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Brock Lesnar, that big triple threat. That's it.
It was alright.
It was okay. 2017, the only thing I remember was Goldberg beating Kevin Owens for the Universal title in 20 seconds.
I didn't even watch the pay-per-view because I was on a trip, and I haven't even watched it back since. So, never seen the entire show.
Yeah. In 2018, the only thing I remember from that Fastlane event was the six-pack challenge for the WWE title? AJ Styles faced John Cena, Corbin, a couple others. Yeah. That's about all I remember from that. 2019, however, I do remember quite a bit, because for one thing, I was there in Cleveland, Ohio. And for the other, it was the whole deal. The Shield had their big match. It was their last pay-per-view match before Dean Ambrose left. I do remember Kofi Kingston thought he was going to be in the WWE title match, but ended up in a handicap match at the bar. I also remember the actual WWE title match with Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, and Mustafa Ali.
Good match.
And of course, Becky Lynch taking on Charlotte Flair, where Becky was fighting to get her spot back. So I do remember quite a number of things, and they were fun.
Good stuff.
So 2019, as I said, to me was the only good Fastlane event. 2021, Roman Reigns faced Daniel Bryan again, first off.
Yep.
Seth Rollins faced Shinsuke Nakamura, which is kind of ironic to this one.
Yeah, for real.
And Alexa Bliss was in an intergender match with Randy Orton.
The only woman to pin Randy Orton, which is really shocking to say.
And of course, I remember McIntyre versus Sheamus in that no-holds-barred match.
Oh, God, that match was good.
Where they literally killed people. They killed people by breaking those screens. How dare they? I remember we talked about that, and I was like, holy crap, they destroyed the screens. Those people are dead. They just wanted to watch the show virtually, and you killed them.
Such a good match.
Yeah, but they should be ashamed of themselves for doing that.
True.
However, despite the fact that I remember those matches, the show still sucked. Because, one thing, that intergender match was just fucking weird. McIntyre and Sheamus, good. Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, of course, with Edge as the enforcer / referee, good. The rest of it, not so much. Even Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura was mid.
Don't worry, they'll redeem themselves.
Oh, yeah. And we're talking about that in the main event in this podcast, folks. But regardless, it goes to show that I'm like, Fastlane doesn't have a good history of being popular with the fans. And a lot of that has to do with the execution of their event, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
And want to know an interesting fact before we get started?
So, homie.
When it comes to Fastlane, literally 3 out of 7 Fastlane events were in Ohio, either Cleveland or Columbus.
Well, there's a good track record at least.
Yep. And of course, well, it was the other times, 2015, Tennessee, 2017, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and of course, the last time was at the Thunderdome, and this time it's in Indianapolis. I'm actually surprised they didn't go back to Ohio, given the fact they seem to love it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to Fastlane, did you like any of them?
2019, that's about it.
Same. Maybe the reason it was so good is because I was in attendance.
That WWE title match is the main reason I like that show.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was.
But hopefully this year will actually be a positive thing. And did you also notice that this event also has a similar situation like Payback?
Oh.
Fastlane has been taking place every other year since 2019.
Oof.
2019, 2021, 2023. I'm expecting the next one in 2025.
Impossible.
But there is another problem, though. This event suffered from lack of true build-up for some of the matches here.
True.
And I remember like a week ago, there was like maybe one match official for the show. And the show was literally this Saturday. Now we have 5 matches to talk. We at least have 5 matches to talk about, because the one thing I was worried about was this was going to be a short-ass podcast.
Won't be the first time.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. But I'm just at least thankful we got 5 matches to discuss. So let's get started on it, shall we? We're kicking things off with a 6-man tag team match. The Latino World Order is taking on Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Now this one is actually interesting because Bobby Lashley recruited the Street Profits to join his new, what would you call, Hurt Business 2.0?
Pretty much.
Yep. And you want to know something? Here's actually an interesting thing. I remember I actually shared an image one time of an image that showed the Street Profits joining up with Bobby Lashley, MVP, Cedric Alexander, and Shelton Benjamin of the Hurt Business. And people crapped on me and called me racially motivated because they were black. And I actually responded with, well, here's the thing. They're called the Hurt Business. They're called the Street Profits. How do you keep a business going? Profits. Duh. It's an ironic thing, not a black thing. And now look at this. The Street Profits join up with Bobby Lashley's new business. Y'all want to shit on me now? That's what I thought. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, what I like about this was Bobby Lashley was trying to get them to be heels. And at first, Angelo and Montez could not do it.
Yeah.
And that's why it was pretty cool to see. However, Bobby Lashley said, if you do not do what it takes to win, do not do what it takes to win, then he'll find others who can.
Yeah.
And of course, well, the Street Profits did show some heel tactics. However, it wasn't until last week where it really blew up.
Oh, yeah.
Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar put on an amazing United States Championship match.
Oh, dude. I didn't expect them to go that hard. It was good.
Yeah. And after Rey Mysterio won, the Street Profits ambushed them.
Sure.
Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde tried to interfere, But of course, Bobby Lashley helped them out helped the Street Profits out, and so a 6-man tag match was set in stone for Fastlane. However, the part of this that I don't understand is how come it's Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, and either Joaquin Wilder, Cruz del Toro when you could just put Santos, Joaquin, and Cruz since they're the real, the real deals of the LWO. Why does Rey have to be involved in the match or vice versa? Can't it just be Rey and those two teams? Because if you look on the other side, we have a single star in Bobby Lashley and a tag team in the Street Profits. So put in a single star from the LWO and the tag team from the LWO.
There you go.
But they're not doing that. It's either Joaquin Wilder, Cruz del Toro, or as some people are probably thinking, it's going to be Dragon Lee. I mean, I don't understand why you'd want to do that, but okay. He made an appearance one time, but it looks more like Dragon Lee is more interested in his whole deal with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Which their tag team's great. Shout out to my man Steve, by the way.
Yeah, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory. So what do they call themselves? What is it? A-Town Down Under?
Yeah, they don't have a name.
Oh, they don't have a name? I mean, I heard that.
No, they
it's
have a
just,
name.
I heard it and everything.
A-Town
But regardless...
That just sounds pretty bad.
But regardless, I get the whole deal that Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar are joining the match. I just don't get... It seems a little, unbalanced, if you get my drift.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
So unless they're just gonna ignore Joaquin and Cruz and just bring in, Dragon Lee or somebody else, I don't get why we had to pick between either Joaquin or Cruz.
Let's not bring in Dragon Lee to be in this stable right now.
Not to mention, of course, how come Joaquin and Cruz have just been on the back side of things while Rey and Santos get everything?
Because that's how stables works nowadays.
Yeah. I don't understand why. Remember when Seth Rollins had his group with Buddy Murphy and AOP?
No, I'm kidding, yes.
And yet, AOP was the tag team in the group, and yet it was Seth and Buddy who became the tag team champions.
Exactly.
And that was the one we were like, you guys literally have a tag team. Why didn't they go for the gold?
Wrestling's weird sometimes, dude.
Yep. So I'm going to ask you, what's your thoughts on this 6-man tag match?
It's just a placeholder right there to put people on the card. I think it'll be good. I won't have much to say. I do have the LWO going over. I'm kidding. The Hurt Business are going over. There you go.
Also, they're really called the Hurt Business?
I don't know. I'm just gonna call them the Hurt Profits, I guess. The Hurt Profits. That sounds a lot badass.
Hurt Profits, not
Hurt
bad.
Profits. Yeah, the Hurt Profits going Profits. Can't even speak today. Hurt Profits going over.
What's next? Is MVP and Omos going to become so jealous they'll form their own side on Raw?
They're still around?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, what the hell happened with that? Wasn't Omos, making his big grand return at SummerSlam of that Battle Royal, then never saw him again?
Yes, that happened.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like there's much else going on for this case. However, yeah, I will also say Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits will probably get the win, because I fear that Santos Escobar is going to turn on Rey.
It's coming.
Yeah. But anyways, we're going to move on to the next match, another tag team match. And you ready to talk about the Bloodline again?
No, I'm not.
Well, you don't have a choice. The Bloodline is taking on John Cena and LA Knight.
Awesome.
Well, in this case, it's Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. So, shall we go ahead and talk about how much this doesn't make sense?
I mean, we can if we want to, but that'd be wasting so much time.
We could. But also, we could talk about how it does make sense, actually. Does that sound good?
I go for it.
The reason it makes sense is because Jimmy Uso, the whole deal after he attacked Jay, had said that he didn't want Jay to be like Roman Reigns. He got rejected as a result of that. The following week, Jimmy's trying to make his own deal here at the expense of John Cena. Kind of similar to how The Miz did after he left John Morrison in 2009.
Yep.
But Jimmy realized he's all alone. 'Cause I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. But you gotta
Classic.
have friends!
Question.
Yeah?
We're not supposed to be saying. That's not in the contract.
Oh, right. Anyway, Jimmy Uso is all alone because he expected Jay to side with him after what happened at SummerSlam, and that never happened. So, he came crawling back to Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman and actually thought that he could just be part of the Bloodline. But you guys notice, the whole part of the story, everybody's been blinded by their absolute hatred of this, so they're absolutely blinded and they're irrelevant. So here's the reality of the situation. Jimmy thinks he's on the team. It's that meme. He thinks he's on the team. You ever heard of that meme before?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that phrase. He thinks he's on the team. In this case, Jimmy thinks he's back on the team. And Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa clearly don't want him there.
Exactly.
They just haven't made a decision about this because they take everything from the tribal chief. However,
Bingo.
I do agree on one thing. This does feel like it's way too much of a filler.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they're
Because
filling everything.
Waiting until Roman Reigns comes back from his next scheduled vacation. Which thankfully won't be too long because Crown Jewel's the next pay-per-view after this.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, Roman will be back for that because it's Saudi Arabia. Gotta get the big bucks.
Oh, the big bucks.
Yeah,
No,
the big bucks.
Jokes now.
The big
But
bucks.
we're going young. No, I'm not
Not the young bucks.
I'm not making a joke. You guys can make a young buck joke.
Young Bucks. You guys win too much matches. You are the Young Bucks.
Hey, their theme is dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. As we know, John Cena, once again, is feuding with the Bloodline.
Yes, sir.
Because, well, let's be honest. Like, this is... Although I really wish they could have done something better than this. However, I can understand why you want to have John Cena feuding with your biggest thing. Though it doesn't feel like the biggest thing ever since the whole thing with Jey Uso.
Oh, for real.
However, initially it was supposed to be John Cena and AJ Styles. But then AJ was attacked by Solo and Jimmy. And then...
Severely attacked.
Yeah, Solo jumped off a 15-foot crate.
Yeah. And we don't know where AJ landed, or we don't know where he landed either. But still, he jumped. He was flying solo that night. Ow. What was that for?
What do you think it was for?
You didn't even get the reference.
That's why I hit you, because I got the reference.
Ow. Only my buddy Steep's going to get that reference. And Beast and my boys, they're going to get that reference. Nobody else can get that reference except me and them.
Okay, then. Anyway.
I'll tell you later.
But what was interesting about this was Carl Anderson had warned AJ Styles to stay out of the Bloodline. And, of course, AJ ignored him. Do you think this will cause tensions with the OC?
Yes, because AJ's an idiot.
Yeah. Although Meechin slapped the hell out of Jimmy Uso.
She did. God dang.
That was
And he liked
awesome.
it, apparently. Creep.
Yeah. So, I'm still trying to get what the hell Jimmy Uso his whole deal is now. Because if his whole deal was to get Jey Uso away from Roman, why is Jimmy himself going back to Roman?
Because he's delusional. And he has nobody else.
Yep.
And basically can't make him on his own as a single star.
Unfortunately not. I mean, it could, if this was honestly Jimmy staying away from the Bloodline but actually feuding with John Cena, this would probably be a little bit more interesting in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because this is Jimmy Uso saying, I'm not doing this for the Bloodline, I'm doing this for myself. Because my bro always got the big deals and all the biggest stars, it's my turn to do it. And then he would get his one-on-one match with John Cena. However, of course, we have a tag match. And who do we got as John Cena's partner?
L.A. Knight. Or as I call him, Los Angeles Knight, even though he's not from Los Angeles.
Los Angeles Knight.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, LA Knight is his partner likely because, you know, he's already been involved with John Cena a little bit from Payback. John Cena praised him after he beat The Miz, and it's clearly obvious WWE's trying to push him.
Well, for the people who want an LA Knight push, I mean, here you go. It's not the title situations, but at least he's getting over with the crowd.
Yeah. And also, so there are some people who actually think that, you know, he's going to be replaced by The Rock. Like a last minute thing.
So I was giving that idea out for
few minutes. I was thinking like maybe it could be The Rock, like the Hollywood strike thing that's going on, obviously. But yeah, it's not The Rock. What are the Rocks from a B plus pay per view? Just saying.
Yeah, I'm like, The Rock hasn't had a match technically since he beat Eric Rowan in 6 seconds in 2016.
And I remember that night. And yes, it was a match and it counts.
Yep, it was. I was there for it, so I guess I witnessed The Rock's last match in a way. However, I've said this before, Mike. The Rock is not going to show up for an event like Fastlane and not last minute either, because when it comes to The Rock, you build him up, for one thing. And for the other, The Rock's either fighting Roman Reigns or he's not fighting at all at WrestleMania.
Correct.
He's either facing Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania or he's not facing anyone anywhere, ever. That is reality.
Yeah, from. Yeah, it is.
So, besides, you wouldn't want to replace AJ Styles just to replace him with LA Knight, just to replace him with The Rock. That would actually piss off everybody.
That would also be a bad decision move, and people know that.
Yep. So as we know, John Cena's sticking around for the rest of this month, probably heading into Crown Jewel. Has me wondering, do you think quite possibly that Roman Reigns could face John Cena at Crown Jewel?
No. Can we not do that again?
I mean,
not saying they're bad or anything.
I mean, do you think it's possible, is what I'm saying?
Yes, it's possible, yes, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, here's the thing. Who would you have Roman Reigns face at Crown Jewel?
AJ Styles, easily. Or LA Knight.
Nah, not LA Knight. He's not ready for that.
Tell that to WWE.
I mean, they haven't put him in that situation yet. So
they haven't.
They probably set him up to have... Let's have LA Knight take on Roman Reigns at, like, Royal Rumble or something.
Oh, yeah.
But...
It's even the verdicts.
In this case... I'm trying to figure where to go with this because, for one thing, you wouldn't want John Cena to lose at yet another pay-per-view.
Yeah.
For the other, the whole deal with Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa, as we know, Paul Heyman doesn't want Jimmy there, and Jimmy's been constantly interrupting like he owns the place. And if they fail, my God, that's just going to make things even more interesting. So now that I think about it, yeah, John Cena and LA Knight should win just so Jimmy can be more miserable.
I welcome it.
So that's who you got?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
All right. We're going to move on now to the first of 3 championship matches. And this one is for the WWE Women's Championship, a triple threat match. Io Sky, Asuka, and Charlotte Flair. So this is basically SummerSlam, but replace Io Sky with Bianca Belair.
Pretty much.
I mean, other way around.
He's not going to be back until 2024.
I mean, other way around. Replace Bianca with Io. But yeah, this is exactly like SummerSlam.
Pretty much. Yeah, it is like SummerSlam.
But yet, why does Charlotte get another match?
Christian, we don't question the reality of Charlotte Flair. Because it's hard, and it's just complicated with this company with her.
And
actually, no. I'll give you the main reason why it's happening. Because she can't last without a title. It's true.
That's unfortunately true. She's a 14-time champion in like 7 years. That's literally that literally averages 2 per year. It's ridiculous. If she was a 14-time champion after like 20 years, then that'd be fine. At least Ric Flair, got his 16 reigns within 30 years. So,
it's true.
I'm trying to think about what to say because there's not much to say about this. I mean, Io Sky and Asuka, they put on a hell of a banger.
That should have been the match here, but what do I know?
But it got a little tainted when Charlotte said she challenged the winner.
Like always.
And then Bayley accepted on behalf of Asuka, on behalf of Io, when Asuka put in a challenge saying that we make this a triple threat. Oh, actually, Io Sky said that's not what she said at all. Because I thought that was funny, where Bayley did not understand Japanese, but pretended she did.
Yeah, that's just...
We
know what they're building up to.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Damage Control has had these tension moments, and it's been going on way too long. This was even before WrestleMania when they were fighting Becky Lynch, Trish, and Lita. These problems were happening.
It's been going longer since Judgment Day. Their whole thing.
Yeah, this has been going on for literally half a year where Damage Control has had their issues, but they never did anything about it.
Exactly.
So I'm like, can we please do something? We've had, so much misunderstandings, so much I'm going to accept on behalf of this person while they're like, what? Why would you do that? But nothing beyond that.
It's the same old stuff, bro.
And I would have figured once Io Sky became the champion at SummerSlam that she would finally say, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm out of here.
Nope.
Unfortunately not.
That's not what happened.
Io and Asuka, I would have preferred maybe just a one-on-one rematch between those two.
Exactly. Or you could have, I don't know, held it off until Fastlane, which is what you should have done. What do I know?
And I'll be honest, I would have been happy if they added another women's match, and that would have been a fatal four-way for the women's world title. After what we saw this past Monday Night Raw, Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, and Shayna Baszler. But unfortunately, that's not happening. And I'm like,
no, it's not.
You had a big powerhouse-style women's match right in there in the palm of your hands. Kind of similar to when Brock Lesnar faced Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns. Remember that?
SummerSlam. That was a good match.
Yep. It could have had that, except female version. And that, in my opinion, would have been Rhea Ripley's toughest challenge ever. Because if she would have won that match, then definitely it wouldn't... Although now I think about it, if she would have won that match, it probably would be believable if she lost to someone like Liv Morgan later on.
I hope that's the case one day.
Because then you'd be like, wait a minute. You could beat these three powerhouse women, but you can't beat this little brat?
Damn.
Or should I say little Barbie?
That's not Tiffany Stratton. I'm kidding. I love Tiffany.
Yeah. Yeah, Tiffany Stratton suddenly shows up and she becomes women's world champion.
Yes, please. I mean, it's not happening, not yet, but please.
But anyways, in this case, it's really tough because we don't want Charlotte to win, for one thing. So let's just say we can count her out of this.
She's not winning.
Asuka, for one thing, she should have had a longer reign than this. Maybe this could have been Asuka versus Io with Asuka as the champion. Imagine if this was Io Sky saying she'd cash in her briefcase ahead of time at Fastlane against Asuka.
Sadly, it's not the case.
Nope. And Io Sky, well, a lot of her, while she's had good title matches, she's mostly been overshadowed by Damage Control. By Bayley.
I was going to say, basically, Control is just there, and Io, sadly, even Asuka's reign was just lackluster too. Same with Io. It's like they just, there's nothing to really do with them. They need more prominent, opponents out there, and you're just not doing anything with them. And it's up to you, the booker, and to do your job. And it's like, there's only so much things the booker can do. But even then, dude, her reign's just there. She's putting on great matches. But even then, what else is there? Putting on great matches is not enough. You need to do more. Get the story off fledged. I know the stories with Control and that kind of stuff, and that's great. There needs to be more attention and more stuff that maybe it'll cause Io to lose the title, but it's so lackluster. And nobody saw an Asuka's reign as champion. Don't get me started. She was just a placeholder. She was just a placeholder until Io got the title or Bianca or whatever. Bianca got the title back, and then Io got the title anyways. And then I don't know. This whole women's thing is a mess. It's sad.
Yeah, it really is. So I guess for now I'm just gonna say Io Sky.
Yeah, Io's winning the match. Who cares? Next.
Yeah, this next match is for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Why the hell is it still 2 titles for the price of 1 instead of fully unified or just split the belts? How far are we going with this?
Because 2 belts Finn is amazing, and I really have no idea why they're doing this. No, literally, I have no idea why they're doing this.
Anyways, it's Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Damian Priest defending against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Wait, what?
Hang on, Christian. I think you turned on Universe Mode in 2K23.
I wish I did. But unfortunately, I don't play WWE video games. So.
There you go.
Yeah, I get it. Cody Rhodes is the one who got Jey Uso over to Monday Night Raw. And who was basically Jay's only ally here.
I mean, Sami Zayn's there.
Yeah, but KO.
Who cares about KO's opinion?
Sami Zayn does.
He shouldn't, really.
Yeah, you're right on that. However, Judgment Day tried to recruit Jey Uso because of the whole deal with trying to use him
Yeah,
to make him even more powerful.
I was gonna say, yeah. Why would you do that?
Yeah, and of course Jey said no, and Cody Rhodes made the save. And as a result of that, these two, who are not even a damn tag team, are getting a tag team title match over actual tag teams who are doing good.
Please make it make sense, World Wrestling Entertainment. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, like...
Actually, here's the thing. This really should not be a tag team title match. Just make it a tag team match. And the other problem...
So there you go.
And the other problem with this is the fact that how many combinations of Judgment Day, Cody, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Jey Uso have we seen over the last several months?
Because they're building up for War Games very, 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 very early, and I don't like that.
Yeah, we saw a brawl going on. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn against the three members of Judgment Day and JD McDonough. However, if they're gonna do War Games as Survivor Series, that's still like almost 2 months away. You want to do 2 more months of this,
dude? And I'll just say, as much as I love the Judgment Day, it's the same shtick every week. Like, bruh, I'm sick and tired of the interferences. Like, yeah, like, I love Finn, the stable, I love Damian, love Rhea. And that's about it. I can't say anything for Dominic Mysterio. No, but I'll say the guy's doing great in his role. But it's just the same old shtick. I mean, same thing with, it's wrestling, same old shtick every week, but at least make it interesting. Because how many combinations of Judgment Day, like you said, Christian, we're going to be seeing? Every week, same shtick.
Yeah. I expect more one-on-one matches between them, more tag matches, more 6-man tags. They're going to save the 8-man tag probably for the War Games. But, oh my God, right?
I mean, they have to keep Cody busy somehow till Mania. Joy.
I mean, wasn't he supposed to be the guy that got drafted to SmackDown?
Yes.
So
that's really what they're telling us.
Why is he still over on Raw then? Because here's the thing. It seems he keeps trying to announce that he's been moved to SmackDown, but he keeps getting interrupted. But this has me thinking, if you are part of SmackDown, just go to SmackDown.
He is, on Friday.
Yeah, go to SmackDown and stay there. Stop going to Raw then.
Exactly.
And then you don't have to deal with them.
Technically, he does, because Finn and Damian are tag champions.
I mean, well, he's not a tag champion.
I know, but he still has to deal with the Judgment Day.
Okay, that's a fair point on that. However, a lot of people have been frustrated by this, and rightfully so. These combinations of these four people, actually, has been going on and off for months now. It's rather the same thing. Cody Rhodes opens the show, or somebody opens the show. The Judgment Day interrupts. Dominic gets booed out of the building. Hilarious as that is, they got to do something about it now. And then some sort of exchange happens. A little bit of a brawl takes place. And then a main event match is set for Monday Night Raw. And a lot of the times, Judgment Day loses.
Yeah, what a great stable. All right, I love Judgment Day and all, but bruh, they can't make them look too weak. But even that, bruh. How come JD McDonough is still associated with them, even though you technically should be a part of them? I know those stories Damian is the only one who doesn't trust him, which is really understandable, I guess. But I don't know, this whole thing's weird.
And there's been times where we've seen Judgment Day interrupt people not once, not twice, but even 3 times a show.
Yeah, and it's the same old shtick.
It's unfortunate.
And I love Judgment Day, but bam.
Yeah, unfortunately. This has just been ongoing. If you had different opponents or something like that, or different feuds every now and then cool. But you got the same ones. And I thought and also they had more of the same matches, even when Seth Rollins is feuding with them.
We don't talk about that.
Seth Rollins, that whole deal. If only Finn Balor became World Heavyweight Champion, this would be a lot different, especially because Damian Priest has the briefcase, so Finn Balor is always like, ah! And then Damian's like, dude, calm down.
But they made that stupid mistake at SummerSlam in my bank, so what do I know? It's on
And
Finn's champ, so.
they had Finn Balor lose at SummerSlam basically the same way he lost that Money in the Bank.
Yes, they did. Because
Rather than something different. Seems to me like Seth Rollins, ever since he became World Heavyweight Champion, every pay-per-view defense, he has to fight people twice. Finn Balor twice, and now Nakamura twice.
Yeah, Seth Rollins.
Yep. And in the case of the Judgment Day, like, when they beat Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the tag titles, for one thing, I was like, oh, nice, we got new tag champs by an actual team here. And it'd be interesting to see where they're going because of their dissension. However, the one thing that just got me realizing when Judgment Day won the tag titles is, oh my god, now we're going to see more match combinations with these guys.
Exactly. It's so tiring, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. If the whole point of this was to build up War Games, what the hell? How come you started that feud now and you haven't given us the match? This is very irritating. You gave us so many combinations of this and that, and now we have Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, a non-tag team, going for the tag team titles.
Like, I get they're trying to, like, keep Cody busy for a while, which I appreciate, but, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be perfectly honest, like, if you want to keep Cody Rhodes busy and everything before he goes over to SmackDown, then cool. But there's a lot of interesting opportunities for other matches, like, put him in a feud with a newly healed Drew McIntyre or something.
I got a theory about that in a few minutes. I'm not going to say anything just yet.
Yeah, maybe also have him feud with Shinsuke Nakamura instead of Seth Rollins getting another match.
Exactly.
Hell, this'll be weird. Bring in Logan Paul to feud with him or something.
Logan Paul, I don't think it's returning until the Rumble for all we know.
Yeah, and but I mean, or even maybe John Cena.
They're saving that, apparently. Why? I mean, they're probably waiting until when/if whenever Cody finishes his story, they're gonna give that for the title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the thing is, like, you know, if you want to have him feud with a Judgment Day, okay, fine. But does it have to be, like, constant with all this stuff? I mean, he's already had his matches with Dominic Mysterio and a couple with Finn and a couple with Damian. He's already faced all three of them one-on-one.
The only one he hasn't faced is Rhea Ripley, and that's never happening.
I mean, I'd be totally down with it. That's the other thing. Maybe this would be a lot more interesting if Rhea actually started competing in matches against them.
And on today's society, we can't do that. No. Or at least in WWE.
Unfortunately. Anyways, who's going to win this match?
The Judgment Day are going to win because Drew McIntyre is showing up and turning heel and officially flameing Cody into the Oblivion.
Oh, that's what you wanted to bring up.
That's what's going to happen, I think, because if you look at the promo this past week, you know, Drew keeps referencing Cody, broken dreams, apparently. And he's referencing different things. He's not going to be the good guy anymore, and he's going to change all kinds of stuff. So yeah, Drew's turning heel, and he's costing Cody. They're saying Finn's. Okay.
Yeah, now that I think about it, when it comes to the War Games or Survivor Series, it's Survivor Series. There's always 5-on-5, not 4-on-4.
Correct.
So, could be a Judgment Day Drew McIntyre against maybe Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, and The Miz?
The Miz and War Games would be interesting.
Yeah, that was just a wild guess because that's who Drew's been technically feuding with.
I could see that. It gets interesting at least. It gets new faces. Dude, this is where they're heading with War Games. Like, the Judgment Day is going to be in War Games.
Yeah. I wouldn't know who the hell that fifth person would be, but, you know, it could be John Cena.
John Cena, I don't think they want to do that.
I mean, what the hell else would they do with him?
They could throw Brock Lesnar in War Games, everyone dies.
Oh, God. That'd be wild. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see Brock Lesnar until like 2024 because for one thing, he's already had a lot of matches, and for the other, from where he's at, it's harvest season, so they kind of need him on his farm.
Exactly. He needs to be suplexing cows.
All right, yeah, I also agree Judgment Day is going to win, and now we're going to move on to the main event, a last man standing match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth freaking Rollins defending again against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yay.
And the match at Payback, good as it was, kind of dragged just a little bit.
It got good towards the ending, though. It was fun. Like, it got good, way good towards the ending.
Yeah. In this case, it's last man standing, and I thought to myself, well, for one thing, here's like I mentioned before, this is the second Fastlane event in a row where Seth Rollins is facing Shinsuke Nakamura. As the last time there was a Fastlane in 2021, Seth faced Shinsuke and won the match. So, could history repeat itself? Shinsuke Nakamura competing for the World Heavyweight Championship in a last man standing match. Well, he's had history of losing a world title match in a last man standing match. 2018, AJ Styles.
We don't talk. I mean, that match was good, actually. No. That was the ball kicking. Never mind. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, remember the way that AJ literally just kicked him right below the belt?
Yeah, shoot
as
kick.
As hard as he fucking could. Holy shit.
That was a shoot kick, too. Like, geez, he didn't hold back. Like, bam.
Yeah. But his last man standing, so it was poetic.
He wasn't standing that night.
Nope. Let's just be thankful he's not constantly low blowing Seth Rollins this time.
I hated that gimmick.
Yeah, it was cool when we saw it happen for, like, you know, his heel turn.
Which shouldn't have happened either, but anyways.
But then we saw him do it literally twice in one fight.
And the long heel turn that didn't, like, stop until, like, 2022, I think.
Yeah. Got help.
Yeah, that's how long he was heel. God.
He was heel for a long time, and then finally joined up with Rick Boogs, who, of course, is no longer with the company. But then Rick Boogs got hurt, so Shinsuke had nothing to do. Then eventually he turned heel after SummerSlam.
Then they randomly teased a match with Shinsuke and Roman Reigns, and it never happened.
Yeah, I've been wondering about that.
Why would you do that? Like, man, that would have been fun. I mean, it's happened before, but still. Well, no, actually, it has not happened before.
No, it has not happened before. So, in other words, that would have been great.
Technically, it slightly happened in the Royal Rumble in 2018, but that's not even a match. Well, a full match.
Yeah, that's right. Nakamura does have history of throwing him over the top rope.
That is true. Roman has a history of going up the top rope in Rumbles.
Here's the thing. Roman Reigns has either won the Royal Rumble, or he's been the last one eliminated, or in 2016's case, the second to last eliminated. He's never been anywhere else in the match.
That's so cool.
Yeah, he actually holds the record for most times being a runner-up with 4.
Jeez, Roman.
2014, runner-up. 2017, runner-up. 2018, runner-up. 2020, runner-up.
There you go.
2015, he won it, and 2016, he was the second to last eliminated. But he's always been either in the last one standing, second last standing, or third last standing. Never anywhere else.
There you go.
Yep. Those were cars, by the way, in case you were wondering, folks.
Yeah, chilling outside on this hot day in October.
Yep, I'm probably going to go for a walk after we're done with this podcast. So, let's go to this match. Seth Rollins, his current world title reign, I think it's been all right. Because he's managed to keep the entertainment going, and he hasn't been dragging his feuds, which is a good thing.
I don't mind Seth Rollins. I've explained this many times. I don't mind Seth Rollins himself. The song is just getting really, really annoying at this point. And that's not what I mean. I mean basically that the fact that it plays at certain at certain times, and it's not. But him himself, he's putting on good matches. Obviously, he's doing good with the reign. But it's just dragging a little bit. Not his fault. It's just the fact that he's been giving a little bit of less opponents to deal with. Like, first it was Finn Balor twice. Now it's... first Finn Balor. Then we had... Wait, was it Finn Balor first?
Yeah, Finn Balor first. I mean, when it comes to his first actual feud.
Yeah, first Finn Balor, now Shinsuke Nakamura. I guess you want to count it. I guess Braun Breaker. That wasn't even a feud, though.
No, it wasn't a feud at all. That was just a one-shot deal. It was still good. It was still good, but it was just a one-shot deal.
But yeah, Seth that's held the belt as we're there recording. Seth that's held the belt for 130 days, and we'll see where it goes. That's all I gotta say. It's not bad. He himself, Seth Rollins, is not bad. It's just a song. It gets in the way of certain promos and certain things. Outside the whole Finn Balor thing, it just really gets in the way. But hey, fans do what the heck they want. It's cool. I do like Seth, and I am enjoying the reign. It's just the fact that the song is way out of hand at this point. I think people just want a change of scenery at this point. Wrestling fans turn the drop of a hat, as we know, Christian.
Yeah.
So there's that. So who's winning?
But the deal with this, honestly, is I think Nakamura has been doing fantastic here. And it's been long overdue for him to be a world champion. But I guarantee they want to keep pushing the agenda of having Rollins dominate as world champion heading into WrestleMania 40 so that they can have him drop it to Gunther. And I'm like, for one thing, I'd like to see Gunther as world champion, but for the other, I just don't want Seth Rollins to have way too long a reign just for the sake of having a long reign. You catch my drift?
Exactly. Wink, wink, Roman, looking at you.
Well,
do you feel your title?
Well, I mean, when it came to Roman's title reign, it wasn't honestly until after WrestleMania 39 where it was long just for the sake of being long.
That's true.
Because look at his feuds from 2020 up to WrestleMania 39, 2023.
Yeah.
It just seems like a little bit afterwards. And I'm still saying, in my opinion, it was still the right decision to have him beat Cody Rhodes, but not for the fact of having Roman dominate continuously, but for the sole reason I believe Cody Rhodes was just had it too easy.
Redemption story, too.
Yep. Bingo. Okay.
So
much as I want Nakamura to win, I think it's going to go to Seth.
Nakamura's not winning the title, dude. Like, we all know this. Shinsuke's not winning this match. I do think Seth Rollins is retaining. But, and I said this last time, it's probably not going to happen. But what better place for Mr. Priest to cash in than here? Last man standing. And they keep talking about the back. And I know people love long title reigns, but soon things have to come to an end.
I mean, in my opinion, Rollins had it for like 4 months now. For over 4 months. I'd say that's a good enough reign.
Exactly. No, they want it to be around 200, bro. That's what the fans want. They want it to be on 200 days or whatever. He deserves a long reign. He hasn't had a long reign since his WWE title run. I'm like,
but to me, anything past 3 months is considered a long reign.
Exactly. I fully agree with that as well. Like, you know, I like Seth. It's just that this reign is just getting a little bit too long. He's putting on good matches. Great character.
Aha. Now that I think about it, I think we just found our 5th guy for that War Games match, Seth Rollins.
There you go, Seth Rollins.
Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, KO, Sami at 5 against Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre. And except Damian Priest is World Heavyweight Champion.
I think I know where you're going with this. So, okay.
No, I'm not saying put all titles on the line. No, it's just War Games, no titles.
Oh, no, all the titles on the line. No. Here's what I think you're thinking, so I'll say it for you. Seth Rollins retains. But keep in mind, Christian, last man standing. I think this is where it's happening. I think Seth loses the title to Priest.
Rematch.
I think it happens.
And then Damian Priest will be a double champion.
Yes, sir. Technically, triple champs. He's holding like all 3 belts, but let's not go.
That is true. The Raw and SmackDown tag titles are still active as their own thing. So yes, you're right.
Well, there you go. My point stands. So, I think I'll go with my prediction first. Seth Rollins retains the world title. He's too beat up, and I think Nakamura's maybe he could if he stands up afterwards, whatever Seth does to him. Seth is going to be too beat up and destroyed after this match. Damian Priest cashes in. What better way to cash in than when your opponent's down? Well, just saying.
I mean, that's how almost everybody did it.
Exactly.
And why should Damian Priest be any different?
Yeah, why should Damian Priest be any different? And no, Priest should not fail his cash. And I don't care what anybody says.
Nah, he should absolutely not fail because this is a guy who absolutely deserves to be world champion.
One more time for the people in the back, Christian.
This is a guy who absolutely deserves to be world champion.
Dang right. I think it's going to happen. Damian Priest cashes in.
For me, it's going to be Seth Rollins to retain. I don't know about Damian Priest cashing in. However, I like to keep that hope alive. So for now, I'm just going to stick with my prediction of Seth Rollins walks out of Fastlane as World Heavyweight Champion. Just to hang on to that.
I could see a tease. Okay. I could see a tease. Maybe he cashes in. But I don't know. It just feels like the right place to do it. But yeah, Seth Rollins retains regardless of what happens with the briefcase. Seth Rollins retains.
Yep. And folks, that's gonna conclude our predictions to Fastlane for upcoming Saturday. I'm looking forward to the show. That build-up honestly needed better work, and I really hope that the future pay-per-views has better build-up than this. Please.
Yeah, legit, dude. For real.
Truthfully, I think this is going to be a good show because you got to keep that optimism alive. And after this, folks, you won't hear from us for a few more weeks because, well, the next pay-per-view is Crown Jewel, which is going to be on November 4th. So you won't hear from us until it's November. We hope you guys enjoy your spooky season, your horror movies, the Halloween, all of that. You know what I mean.
Exactly.
So, Yo Balor, you know what to do.
We're the losers, and this is our lounge. Enjoy this week, and enjoy next week, too, and the many weeks we have coming for us. And have a great spooky season. Peace out.